Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for SPX virtuals and HBAR price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're going to start with SPX 6900 here. On the all-time history, we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 finished wave 3. We are estimating, of course, a deeper correction here for wave 4. This wave 4 has to reach the 0.23 and 0.38 in between them perfectly, of course, as we can see in a potential 3 corrective waves. This 3 corrective wave has 2 possibilities, W, X, and a Y, which it should be finished in a wave Y and then pushing toward the upside. However, it still can extend for a wave C in an ABC, where the wave C still can be, of course, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. One more low to finish, of course, the impulse in a wave C, and then pushing toward the upside. By all means, of course, we are, of course, in the perfect fib level. We're still estimating a final low here for SPX before we push again towards higher prices. Now, if we dive inside it, we can see that the wave C still have a very likely possibility here in a 1, 2 and wave 3. This wave 4 can be also an expanding flat here or a W, X, and a Y. And even if this is a finished impulse internally in several 4 and a 5s here, it can be even that your wave 3 finished there and that you have, of course, an ABC zigzag here toward the upside, finishing, of course, this wave 4. And by all means, you might, of course, look for lower prices right now, and especially after this reaction that we are looking at right now, especially finishing an impulse there where you have finished an A, B, and a C. The wave C is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, pushing impulsively again toward the downside, which it might, of course, unfold a wave at 5, as expected, of course, on the all-time history, where we might still be in a large 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I'm still looking for the 1-to-1 fib level, the most common target here as 0.20 dollars for SPX 6900. This is my highest possibility here, and that because, of course, the weakness that we are looking at right now is very impulsive, and it looks, of course, something still looking for lower, guys. Okay, we're not yet totally ready, but again, we're very close, of course, for the low, for the bottom, and of course now the decision, is it a wave Y finished or it's gonna finish as a wave C? Which scenario between them? The difference between them is simply one more low for a wave C, and obviously that the current micro level is telling us, yes, it's gonna be potentially here the wave C. Yeah. Yep, so this is regarding SPX. We're gonna move to virtuals. For virtuals as well, on the all-time history, we are looking at the wave 1, 2 here, and wave 3, potentially also 3 waves finished, because of course of a long correction here, not alternating anymore with a wave 2. Highest possibility that you are in a wave B there, can be a bottom for a wave B already in W, X, and a Y, and you might be looking at a 1, 2 there. The wave 2 is not yet finished, but it has hit, of course, perfectly the perfect fib level for wave 2. However, after an impulse here, potentially A, B, and a C, of course, very likely in double 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5, can still be unfolding for a lower. If we dive inside it as well, we can be also in a potential, potential diagonal can be unfolding here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, by the way, as a possibility. So internally, we can see clearly that we have an impulse finished over there. We're looking to finish, therefore, with another impulse. Now we got a double 1, 2. We have a wave 3, 4, and a 5. 4 and a 5. However, we gotta be careful. It might be an extension for the wave 4 here that we got over there, and we might see, of course, the final wave 5 taking the 0.39 there, and of course, as a signal here, as a weakness, again, we see in the top no continuation so far. It's not invalidated yet, but so far no continuation. We see an impulse toward the downside. It might be, of course, at the end an ABC, and especially, by the way, that you have 3 waves over there. So be careful from the W, X, and a Y as well. The wave Y might be an ABC, and we push for lower. The wave C is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, continuation for a new low for virtuals. Yep. So we gotta be careful, guys. Of course, again, we also have another possibility that it might be finishing here an ending diagonal. The ending diagonal also is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 perfect fib level, by the way. And if you can see, of course, a perfect hit for the target in precision 1-to-1 ABC plus the perfect fib level for a wave 4 in an ending diagonal. And that means, of course, yeah, very likely that we might finish an ending diagonal. Well, is it gonna take the wick? I doubt it a little bit, but it can be possible. Because if you take also here the fib for wave 5 taken from the wave 3 there, well, for wave 5 diagonal, you might, yes, reach, of course, in between, but you don't want to hit the 1-to-1 because it will be invalidated. But very likely, of course, to take the 886, which is, of course, simply the low there. So we're going to watch in confluence here. I would say, preferably for me, I would say that this area can be also, but the 1-to-1 at 0.20 here, 0.39, sorry, cents, can be the most likely scenario. Yeah, so for me, in confluence here. So we'll see, guys. In this area, we might see, of course, something pushing for higher again for virtuals. Yep, so this is regarding virtuals. If we move to the next one, which is HBAR. For HBAR as well, we are going to dive in the all-time history first. So as you can see, HBAR has a potential of an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1, row wave A, very deep correction in WX and Y. Now, currently, you see 3 waves up. Therefore, nothing is impulsive unless, of course, you are in something as an ending diagonal toward the upside, which I doubt it a little bit, but it can be, of course, a possibility at the end. We cannot ignore it. So very likely that it can be, of course, an A, B here and a wave C unfolding as an ending diagonal, hitting, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level as a wave C between the 0.64 and and $1, exactly $1 for a wave C, very psychological number. Now, of course, another possibility is the triangle A, B, C, D, and a E, and then pushing for higher can be, in case, of course, we are in A, B, C, D, and a E here, meaning, of course, correction in a zigzag. This is a wave B unfolding because wave 2 is not allowed to be a triangle. However, wave C is very close to be done and finished. You hit already the 1-to-1. You took the low with the wick. And yeah, we'll see, of course, when this is going to unfold on the lower time frame here. So on the lower time frame, let's take the 4 hours so we can see the whole structure. So we have a 1, 2, and potential wave 3. Now wave 4 took the wave 1, so invalidation. Therefore, A, B, and a C unfolding. The wave C, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Still looking for one more low. Very likely the highest possibility is there. And another possibility can be the W, X, and a wave Y. The wave Y is an A, B, and a C. The wave C is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And then, of course, one more low. So they are somehow, both they are in confluence with one more move or one more low for HBAR as well to hit over there. And I would say the target, of course, in precision, besides that we have already the blue box hit, I still believe, of course, we can still take one more wave 5 there. But yeah, I mean, this one can be very low, but I doubt it. I think that we might simply take the low here. So that's why I avoided. I'm going to explain why. Because you have an extended wave 1, 2, and then wave 3, and then wave 4 interfering. So much more likely here is the diagonal, honestly, as possibility. So the wave 5 as diagonal, yes, this is much more convincing, I would say, as a target here, taking simply the low in confluence as well, and as a precision 0.06, $0.07 for HBAR. Yep, so those are the updates for HBAR Virtuals and SPX 6900. Thank you for watching, thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.